Boris Johnson suggested why he cannot allow First Minister Nicola Sturgeon to hold a second referendum on Scottish independence in one of his throwback columns. Leading Scottish National Party (SNP) politicians are drawing up a renewed case for Scottish independence while the UK is in lockdown. According to a report by The Times published last month, the SNP are formulating policies and expecting to unveil a prospectus once the coronavirus outbreak has come to an end. Before the pandemic, Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon was determined to hold a second referendum on independence this year. However, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has repeatedly rejected her calls. In a 2014 column for The Telegraph, the former Mayor of London suggested the real reason behind his strong opposition. Ahead of the first Scottish independence referendum, Mr Johnson argued that in case of a yes vote, Britons would have turned into zombies and walking dead, as a fundamental part of their identity would have been killed. He wrote, "We are on the verge of trashing our global name and brand in an act of self-mutilation that will leave our international rivals stunned, gleeful and discreetly scornful. We are told that if Scotland votes to cut its ties with England, that will be a disaster on a par with the loss of the American colonies in 1776, but it is far worse than that. Scotland isn't a colony, for heaven's sake. It's a part of our being, of what makes us us." He added, "This vote isn't just about saying yes to Scotland, as the ballot paper seductively and misleadingly implies. Under any circumstances, Scotland will exist and prosper. Under any circumstances people will wave blue and white Scottish flags and take pride in their Scottish nation and its success. Alex Salmond and his crew aren't really asking people to say yes to Scotland's success, they are asking them to say no to one of the oldest and most successful political unions in history. The Salmond campaign is not a manifesto for creation, but for destruction.